Hello. In case you don't know me, my name is Ashley, aka Wicked Ash, as I'm known all over the internet. It has been a minute since I have done a voiceover or a video, so bear with me. I just wanted to talk about my little OC that I'm drawing here. Her name is Anna Muri, and she is a Night Elf monk. I based her based on the times we are living in. I think it's important that our art and our expression reflects the times. And as most of you know, we're going through a shit time here in the United States of America. We have a wannabe dictator. And boy, howdy, is he making a mess of the place. So this character, she kind of takes care of the little guys, you know what I mean? She speaks up for the marginalized. She helps people who are in need constantly. And I think that is what we need more of in the real world. So I hope you enjoy the art while I take this time to use my platform to give you some tips on how to be a good neighbor. First and foremost, you need to get to know your neighbors. It is not lost on me that we live in a very fast-paced world where our heads are down in the sand the majority of the time. But that is no longer acceptable. We have really got to strive to find a common ground with our neighbors. Because if we find a common ground with our neighbors, we are going to care for our neighbors. And if we care for our neighbors, we are going to protect our neighbors. And that is so important right now that we protect our neighbors, especially our immigrant neighbors who are being mass deported illegally. I honestly apologize because I'm not actually going to talk about the artwork much, if at all. So just a forewarning from this point out, if you want to mute and don't want to hear it, though I recommend that you do hear what I have to say. So the first tip I have, especially if you live in a rural community, is to make your neighbor something. What are you good at? Are you a crocheter? Crochet them a scarf or a hat. Are you an artist? Paint them a picture. Do you bake? Bake them a fucking cake. I mean, it's really that simple. We have to stop fearing our neighbors and fearing social interactions. You can literally start out with your neighbors, as silly as it sounds, as talking about the weather. The weather is always a common ground with people. It at least gets you talking. And when you have talked to someone, it kind of forms I don't know what to call it. It sort of makes them feel like they already know you and you already know them. So you are more apt to talk to them later, especially if it's pleasant. And don't get it twisted. I know there are some people who are just too far gone and that we can't help anymore, but I'm not talking about those people. Most of your neighbors are not too far gone. Even most of the people that quote unquote voted for this. Most people just lack the education and the time to consume that education or the access to that education. So what you can do, as much as you've been told that it is not your job to educate people, I'm telling you right now, it actually is. You don't really understand the level of misinformation that we're battling here. And education is the antidote to misinformation. Factual, good education will combat and defeat misinformation every time, especially if you come with receipts. Now, I'm not saying that you just bombard someone with, oh, look at this, did you see this? No, you start off very, very small. Let them be the opener. When they ask you about what you think about something that's going on with this current authoritarian regime, be completely candid and honest, but speak it from a point of your heart and a point of compassion, and knowing that they probably don't know the things that you know. I know that it's extremely, extremely hard to stay locked the fuck in all the time. I struggle with that as well, but I'm telling you, we've got to. We are down to the wire, and we've really got to start reaching out to our neighbors and start making them feel like they're not alone, because you don't know. They might be trying to break out of this cult and they feel like they have no one to break out of too. I know I was there. I broke out of the MAGA cult in 2018 when someone took the time to educate me and show me the fallacy in my arguments. I never believed myself racist. I never believed myself misogynistic. I'm a woman, right? But the truth of the matter is I had a lot of that ingrained into me for the fact that I was just white. And it took someone else just saying, hey bitch, you're wrong. And then showing me the ways in which I was wrong with tangible evidence that I could not refute. And here I am today fighting for democracy as hard as the next person. So, reach out. Please reach out to your neighbors. Start with those 2 points that I told you earlier, and you can't go wrong, I don't think. It's always worked for me anyway. And I'm actually not used to talking this long, period, ever. And I know there's a lot of pauses, and I promise the more I do these, the better at it I'll get. But for the rest of the video, I'm going to leave you to the art to ponder on the things that I said for the last 6.5 minutes. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Protect your neighbors. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. And always, always, always leaves a place and people better than you found them. Love you guys. Thanks. Enjoy the art.